Okay, hi you guys. My name is Kathleen Exantis, and
I'm Elissa McCool.
and we are First We Slay. So a little bit about us, First We Slay. So we kind of started a blog to kind of talk about the things that you normally talk about with your girlfriends. So me and Alyssa, we both met each other through this program when we moved to New York together, and we went from being co-workers to being good friends to being almost like sisters. So why not start a blog together? So our blog, we're kind of talking about just the growing pains of being 20-something, kind of trying to figure out your life, trying to figure out adulthood on top of trying to balance your career, trying to balance relationships, trying to balance family, trying to balance goals, and then trying to balance your social life and happiness on top of that. And I feel like these are conversations I've been having with my friends lately. So why not talk about what everybody is talking about? And this is the kind of content that I want to see online, and I don't feel like we're seeing it now. So First We Slay, we're kind of encourage women to believe that they can slay in everything in life, from relationships to their career to self-care to everything that matters to them. So here we're bringing you girl chat. So think of this as the conversations that you have with your girlfriend coming to life, coming to you straight from us online to your screen. And here is our special guest, Tatiana.
Hey, I'm Tatiana.
Tatiana is a part of the program that me and Elissa were a part of a year ago in Ad Fellows, and I met her at Verizon. And yeah, so Tatiana here, she's coming to talk to us and be a special part of our focus group in our girl chat session, and we hope we bring more of this content to you. But yeah, nice to meet you, Tatiana.
Awesome.
So let's toast to that.
Yeah, toast to our girl chat.
Okay, let's get started. So the first question is, what type of content are you tired of seeing?
So the type of content I'm tired of seeing, so I'm on Twitter a lot, Black Twitter specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously that's not like the most positive place to get conversations or information from, but entertaining nonetheless. So I think what I'm tired of is content that is like negative specifically towards Black women. And I feel like those conversations is always around like dating and relationships. So like topics like, you know, those $200 dates and like who should shoot their shot first, how women should be approached. I feel like it's always like men, it always ends up being men and women against each other, and no one ever understood each other's side. And it's always like so dramatic. Like I feel like a lot of these conversations don't have to be as dramatic as they are, but I think that's what gets the most attention, unfortunately. So
Yeah. To that point, like, I'm tired of content that divides us as a community. Like,
yeah.
it's like HBCUs versus PWIs, or light versus black, or women versus women, and it's just like,
and it's Twitter. You're saying
it's very, it's Twitter, it's Instagram, certain bloggers on the Instagram. I don't want to like.
Oh yeah, the shade room is divisive.
I don't want to like call out names.
Oh yeah,
but like, I'm just tired of content that like is negative and divides us as a community, and I think we need to focus on more content that brings us together. Not so like even minorities, but as humans in general.
I think speaking of negative content, I think I'm really tired of seeing videos of like brutality in general.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we live in this age where people are more likely to pick out their phone and like start recording something happening rather than like stopping it or calling 911. And so whether it's like, you know, a man beating up his wife, or, you know, police brutality, it's like always these images that I feel like is desensitizing us as a community, where now like it doesn't faze us anymore. Like we can watch this stuff happen in videos, and it almost seems as if it's like normal because we're constantly being fed these images. So it's almost as if we can't really differentiate like things that might be in the media, like a movie or a scene that's being recreated, versus like somebody actually getting shot in a video and you're like seeing it. So I think that's desensitizing, and it's like content that I feel like I've been trying to purposely like avoid seeing because it's being consumed so much like these past few years.
I agree with you, and I think to that point, I don't like instances where like someone's in harm or in danger, and it's like people are so quick to just record and be like, look what's happening, versus like you're a bystander and you can actually like stop these situations. Absolutely. Like how many instances we've seen women like getting harassed in a club or something, and people are just so quick to have the phone out versus like you could be helping this woman or like her life is in danger right now. So.
Like I think that reminds me of like this Donkey of the Day episode when Charlemagne was talking about a man was drowning and these boys like were just recording the whole thing and laughing the whole time.
Like, literally drowned?
Yes, like they were watching, like they watched, I think it was like I think he might have been in a wheelchair or he was disabled in some way, like
wow.
And he ended up finding himself just like in this body of water, and they had commentary for it. It was like, look at this man, look at this.
Like, is he okay? Like, was he? Did
I don't think he made it.
Like, he died?
Yes, he died, and that's why they got Donkey of the Day, because it's like this literally happened right before their eyes, and
they didn't do anything
at all.
Yeah,
and so it's like, are you an accessory to like, you know, murder in that case? Like if something happened and you didn't call 911 until after the fact because it was more important for you to go on Instagram Live or Facebook Live, you know? Yeah. So I think like that's been, to me, one of the most problematic things about this culture is that people are just so much more likely to pull out their phone and share something worldwide rather than do something that can actually make a difference in a more positive way.
Yeah.
So other than like social media or like that type of like shareable content, like are there any like maybe like places you go to actually like seek out content? Like people follow the Shade Room. Is there anything, not necessarily the Shade Room, but like what is something you follow or like you look forward to seeing?
That I look forward to seeing. Well, I think that I look forward to the platforms and the people that I follow that actually share positivity.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like with you guys starting First We Slay, I think that other platforms that are like that are pretty much there just to promote positivity, to promote like women slaying, like to promote things that we need to see more of. I think that's the content that I usually seek out, and I've been really trying to curate my social media to make sure that like those are the things that are showing up on my timeline and those are the things that are on my explore page, because you know it gets tiring to kind of see the same things over and over again. And so I've been like intentionally unfollowing platforms that I feel like are just feeding that negative energy, just feeding the information that I don't want to feed myself with, you know.
That's good. I guess transition to our next question. So what do you feel like many media platforms are missing in their content?
Diversity. Like honestly, whether it's the people in the rooms or the voices that are sharing content, like I think there's not enough diversity of voice to really talk about things that are happening. And I think that that's also represented not only in media but like in companies in general. Like their boardrooms don't represent the people that they're targeting. Like the audiences that they're trying to reach aren't represented in those rooms where it matters. And I think that's the problem.
Yeah. I totally agree with like the diversity thing, and just back to our other question, like the positive content is definitely missing. So just bringing back those feel-good stories into media is
That's true, because I'm really trying to sit here and think like where's a place you find positive content, and I'm going really blank right now.
Yeah,
and that's actually really sad. Yeah, you know.
Super
yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, exactly. So like, I guess like, what do you feel like? I guess like we're speaking about like content is very negative right now. So why do you feel like that gets the most attention? Like.
Well, I think that there's a phrase that says like, why focus on the truth when the lie is more entertaining? You know, and I think that like we're in this age where people want to be entertained, you know. I think that's the reason why negative press gets so much more, you know, I guess clout, for lack of a better word, than positivity does. And I think that it's unfortunate that seems like it's more important to share the negative things rather than the positive ones, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that's why so many bloggers and so many like outlets do well, because they look at their content and they analyze like what's getting the most clicks, what's getting the most comments, and it's us like feeling this negative content. So it makes us like wonder like, we want positive content, but do we support it? Everybody like really support it, and why don't we? So it's like a human thing. Yeah.